Welcome to GasEd. Today, we will be discussing how to build and monetize automated AI systems. In today's enterprise landscape, we're seeing way too many businesses throwing capital at AI that frankly looks like magic but functions like a toy. As operators, we aren't here to play around. Our goal is to engineer highly efficient architecture that buys back our time and ruthlessly cuts costs. So throughout this explainer, we're going to treat software development not as a hobby, but as a rigorous step-by-step business strategy.
First, we have to recognize the paradigm shift we're in right now. Legacy app builders were incredibly rigid. Honestly, developing a user interface used to feel as limiting as drawing in Microsoft Paint. But modern foundation models, specifically Gemini 3.0, are completely fluid. They literally translate your natural language directly into a highly functional, enterprise-grade user interface almost instantly. The traditional barrier to entry for custom software, it's effectively been vaporized.
And this brings us to what is absolutely crucial, the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. Think of MCP as a universal remote control for your business. It allows your AI application to communicate seamlessly with your back-end automations, completely bypassing the need for complex, expensive coding. It's the bridge that turns a basic chatbot into a fully operational, revenue-generating system. To actually harness this technology profitably, we're going to execute the S.P.E.E.D.Y framework. This is a rigorous operating procedure moving you from concept to cash flow. We'll cover signal, process, engine, enhance, data, and finally yield. Phase 1 is the signal, which is all about identifying high-value problems. Look, you can't just build arbitrary software and expect a return on investment. You have to find a real bottleneck that carries a heavy financial cost. To find this signal, we rely on hard data, not intuition. By utilizing scraping tools on platforms like Reddit, you can pinpoint exact market demands. For example, if you discover that mid-sized agencies are desperately struggling to curate viral social media content, well, there's your signal. You now have a validated, lucrative problem to solve.
Moving right along to Phase 2, Process, Designing the Architecture.
Before a single line of code is generated, you must establish a strict standard operating procedure. What you'll do is prompt a powerful AI model to act as your chief architect. Instruct it to outline the precise constraints, core features, and the exact data it will process. Applying this executive-level rigor up front prevents the AI from hallucinating useless features later down the line. And when it comes to the design, instead of manually coding CSS, which used to cost thousands of dollars and take weeks, you bypass it entirely. Just find a dashboard aesthetic from a design repository that fits your brand and feed that screenshot directly into your AI builder. It'll instantly generate a bespoke, high-quality front end perfectly tailored to those specifications. It's a real game changer.
Next up is Phase 3, Engine, building the back-end core.
With the front end established, we now engineer the heavy lifting. Rather than writing custom back-end code from scratch, you want to leverage visual, no-code automation platforms. You construct a workflow that continuously aggregates scattered data, say trending subreddits or industry newsletters, and funnels all that chaos right into a single, structured pipeline. To connect these two halves, we return to the Model Context Protocol. By generating an MCP access token in your back end and securely passing it over to your AI builder, you forge an instant link. Just like that, a simple button click on your dashboard commands complex, enterprise-level workflows to execute in the background. But remember, stability is everything here. Think of the AI like a super eager new employee. If you give them access to 10 different workflows without explicit instructions, they're going to make mistakes. You must explicitly define within your system prompt exactly which back-end workflow the AI is permitted to trigger. This eliminates all operational ambiguity and keeps your system rock solid.
That brings us to Phase 4, Enhance, Iterate, and Host locally.
To gain truly granular control, we pull the application out of the web interface. You'll export the project to a code repository, like GitHub, and clone it right to your local machine. Think of this as taking your app out of the testing sandbox and moving it into a professional, unconstrained development environment.
Now, when testing locally, you will inevitably encounter configuration errors. It happens. But here is the brilliant part. Modern AI development environments can actually read your local host browser, identify missing scripts or proxy issues, and seamlessly rewrite the codebase to fix them autonomously. A troubleshooting process that historically cost hours of developer payroll is now resolved in seconds.
Now for Phase 5, Data, Persistent Architecture.
Listen, a software tool is useless if it suffers from amnesia every time you refresh the page. For real enterprise value, it needs memory. And the best part? You don't need to be a database engineer for this anymore. Simply instruct your AI to generate the exact SQL code required for a tailored database schema and then paste it into a cloud provider like Superbase.
By injecting those database keys straight into your local codebase, you ensure permanent data retention. Any curated insights pulled into your dashboard are permanently saved and accessible. Congratulations! You've now officially built a persistent, scalable software asset.
Finally, the most crucial step, Phase 6, yield, monetization, and outreach. Building the tool is only half the battle, right? The yield is where you capture your ROI. Monetizing these systems at scale requires a hyper-personalized B2B outreach flow. Mass generic emails are basically dead. Your strategy must consist of a brief, custom video, a highly tailored software demonstration, and an unmissable, direct call to action. Your pitch video should be strictly capped at 90 to 120 seconds. The psychological hook here is brilliant but simple. Open the video with the prospect's actual website visible on your screen. This guarantees their immediate attention. It instantly signals that this isn't automated spam, effectively bypassing their traditional sales resistance within the first 5 seconds. During that video, whatever you do, don't pitch theory. Instead, present the fully functional dashboard you just built, custom branded with their own company logo. Then, logically break down 3 strategic, metric-driven improvements this exact software will provide. Proving your capability with a live, functional prototype drives unprecedented enterprise conversion rates. By isolating the right signal and executing all the way through to the yield, you transform theoretical AI into a tangible asset that scales revenue. So ask yourself, which manual bottleneck within your business will you eliminate today? That is all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.